All right, let's get a new 30-minute game going. Some early morning chess. 1e4, modern classic. Hoping as always for a Caro-Kann. 1e4, c6. We may not get that today. We may not get anything today. Sort of a slow start to the morning. It's fine by me. Opponent has about 30 seconds to make a move. There we go. Knight e5, king's pawn opening. Player knight's out. Most likely to see the ruy-lopez. Knight to f6 is also a thought. I forget exactly what goes on. I think it's like takes. I don't know what happens after that. Player bishop out to attack the knight. This is the ruy-lopez. Expecting to see perhaps a6, the Morphy defense, or knight out to f6. In either case, we'll be getting castled pretty soon. If we see a6, we will, of course, drop our bishop back. Although exchanging is an option, I don't love that line. I like hanging on to our bishop if at all possible. Nice, slow morning. I'm into this. Okay, cool. Black's not going to put really any pressure on our position. They will lock in this pin. Now this knight is officially pinned, now that this pawn is no longer in the way. We'll go ahead and get castled. And then we can move forward with our development. I think d4 looks like it could be an option because after takes, their knight is pinned. So then I believe we can take with check, and then we get a rook. So if they play a waiting move like we saw in a recent game, and actually I think this might do it as well. So we can push d4. Maybe their rook out to e1 would have been a better move, preventing knight takes on e4, but maybe we want to encourage that actually. Maybe we want to encourage that. Because our king is castled and theirs is not, so we may be able to pin their knight to their king, inducing further weaknesses in their position. I guess further weaknesses implies that there's already a weakness in their position. I think their position is fine. But we may have some tactical ideas soon. If the knight comes out to, let's see, knight takes on e4. I think we play rook to e1 to scare it away. They might have bishop to e5 in response, but in that case, I think we can take. Oh no, if that happens, it's like knight takes, bishop out. I meant to play d3 to scare the knight away. So that's no longer an option. But I think that's all right. Our opponent really taking their time to think. 5 minutes into the game. Here we go. So they break the pin. Well done. So now our option of push, or what was it? They take here, we take back. That's not happening. We could push here, in which case they have a6. Do they have any appealing squares to develop their knight to? If we do push, Um, yeah, they could come out to here, which is guarded by their pawn. Hmm. Maybe we take here, take back, we take here, they take back, and then we take here. That will open up the D file, and our queens will see each other. Maybe we preemptively play rook to e1, just in case one of these files clears out. Because rook to e1 prompts bishop to e7, and then they'll be able to castle. So I think if we want to make sort of an aggression move, we do that now. I think that move is takes on e5. I think that move is d takes e5. Next move's looking at like bishop out to g5. I guess that also prompts bishop to e7, allowing them to castle. Expecting to see pawn takes. If we do get pawn takes, I think we have bishop takes, queen takes, rook takes, and then finally knight takes pawn. So that puts us up a pawn. They take with their knight. Okay. So this we have to play carefully. This we have to play carefully because our light squared bishop is hanging. So I think the move here is we take here, they take back with their queen. And then we could take, or we could develop a piece. I think either way is fine. We play like fianchetto or bishop. That looks kind of nice. So I don't necessarily want to retreat. This loses the bishop. Yeah. We could take here. If they take, we just need to get our knight out of harm's way. Or we could sacrifice it on f7, always sort of an appealing gambit, although we don't have queen to h5 check available to us. I like trading off the knights first. And if they want to take with the pawn, we can drop our bishop back to c4, which I think is a good square for the bishop. Nope, they take. So now we need to move our knight out of the way. Knight back to d3 looks kind of nice because we have the opportunity to push our c pawn over to the d file, reinforcing our center if they do want to take here. We'll drop back. Now the e file is looking like it's going to open up pretty soon here. Rook over to e1 looks very appealing. We have thus far neglected our queenside development. I would like to get, let's see, bishop out to e3 interrupts this nice open e file that we have. Bishop out to g5 looks good. It does run into h6, in which case we can drop it back, and I think that's fine. I think, okay, so they take, pin the knight. Perhaps pawn out to d5 next to reinforce the knight. I don't see any other way that they can reinforce this piece. Now we need a new square for our bishop since we won't be pinning the knight anymore. Although queen out to f3 or queen out to h5 have opened up now, and those are sort of good looking squares. They could drop their bishop back to c6 as well, so they have a couple of ways to reinforce this knight. I think our response may be knight out to c3, forking the knight, which is pinned, in their bishop, which looks pretty good. And if they choose to reinforce with the pawn, knight to c3, forking all three of these pieces. Look at that. Yeah, I like the look of that. I like the look of that. All right. And what next? Knight to c3 gets another piece developed. We're almost done. We have really these two pieces that we need to develop, and then maybe we can move our rook over to the d file or find a way to double up on the e file. I think that would be really nice, especially since our opponent hasn't castled yet. They need to make a move to reinforce their knight first. They can't get castled in a hurry because we will simply take their knight. Another move, if our knight wasn't in the way here, queen up to d5, forking the knight and the bishop. Looks good, although I guess they would have bishop drops back to c6 in response. Maybe not there. Maybe not there. I would love to see something like f5, thoroughly inducing a weakness in their position and then allowing... okay, so they drop back. I still think knight out to c3 is a good move here. So we're hitting this knight. I think they will need to develop out like that. And then I guess we can't take, can we? Still. Let's get a piece developed. Try to finish our queenside development as quickly as possible. We could still come out queen to h5 and just look threatening. I guess I would expect to see g6 in that case. We could also come out queen to g4 to add another attacker to this knight. So we have takes, 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 and then if they add another attacker, then we have queen takes with check to finish it off. I think, yeah, piling on this knight right now. Ooh, that doesn't look very good. Putting your queen in front of your king like that, I don't think that's the move at all. I don't think that's the move at all. So now, yeah, queen over to g4 looks very good. We'll take with, I guess, take here first. So let's look at this. Queen to g4. Oh, they'll probably castle long, actually. And queen to g4 prevents that. All right. Yeah, you can't castle through check. You certainly can't castle into check. So this maneuver is no longer viable for our opponent. And I don't see how they can add another attacker without substantially weakening their position. Their dark squared bishop is hemmed in. They have 2 defenders to our 3 attackers. I guess they could push this pawn up. So if they push the pawn, whoops. They push the pawn. What do we have in response? I guess we have something like bishop out to g5, hitting their queen. Oh, we need to be cautious here too, because they've broken the pin. So this knight is now free to move. This knight is now free to move. I don't think they can do it now because it loses their queen. But we do need to be very cautious about that. Let's see. So we could try to scare away their queen with bishop out here. That potentially runs into pawn out to f6. And then I don't think we have a good... I guess we have like a follow-up queen to h5 check. G6, and then both our queen and our bishop are hit. So I don't think that's very good. Takes here, takes. Now we lose that exchange. We could try to double up our rooks. Do that in a hurry. And if we want to do that, I think bishop out to d2 is really our only option. Bishop out to d2 also adds a defender to this c3 knight, which potentially in the future they might want to do something like this. So, oh wait, actually, that just... No, it doesn't lose the bishop. It looks like it does, because we have bishop out and then knight takes. But then we have rook takes, queen with check, they take back. And then I don't think we have a way to get that knight, but trading a knight, or I guess a bishop and a rook for a queen, I think is a fair trade. So I say we move forward with that. This allows us to connect our rooks. I like just rook up to e2, preparing doubling of rooks in the e file. We've got all of our pieces developed. What if their queen comes out to e6? Like if they want to free up their dark squared bishop and attack our queen at the same time? We could start with rook takes. I don't think that actually does anything for us. No. Okay. Does knight takes... Can we do anything with this d3 knight? It's not being very helpful right now. Come out to f4, perhaps? Adding another attacker to this pawn. And that's really what we need. I would make a piece sacrifice to get rid of this pawn and then potentially pin their queen to their king. I think that could be a winner. This also looks good because it hits both the bishop and the pawn, but it runs into queen takes on b4. The queen is not pinned yet. Sure would like it to be. So again, queen to e6. What are sort of the dangers of this position? I think really we just have to take, unfortunately. Well, that 1, 2, oops. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We could play f3, but, well, they don't have c5 available. because that runs into knight takes. Okay. H5 seems fine. I think we can move our queen to either of these squares. Either one of these potentially runs into g5, but I think I'm actually fine with that because then we have bishop takes g5 hitting their queen. And I guess they have f6, in which case, maybe we drop our bishop back. So in that case, yeah, to allow, well, yeah, here we go. So queen over to h4. Nope, that blunders our queen. That blunders our queen. Oh, that's rough. Well, these things happen. These things happen. I think we liquidate in the center. Takes. Shucks. Yep. All right. Get our knight up to here. Oh, there we go. This could be something. Knight out of the way. Hmm. Hmm. I'm falling apart. I need to take 30 seconds to figure things out. Just giving away pieces. That's no good. We got 22 minutes on the clock. Can take a little breather, regroup, and figure out how to proceed with the game. This looks like checkmate. Queen takes on f2, king over to h1. Right, I guess we have our rooks defending, so it's not quite checkmate. But maybe we can play rook to e2 to prepare to double the rooks and discourage that sort of idea. And if they want to get, let's see. If they have bishop to b5 ideas, we can't quite play c3. Maybe we play b3 in response to play, in preparation play c3 and sort of protect this doubling of the rooks that I would like to do. All right, they're going for it. Maybe they see something that we do not. Okay. It's interesting. Maybe they're trying to promote. Rook takes, bishop takes. I think maybe bishop takes, bishop takes. And then like rook over to f1. Can we just start with rook over to f1? I think so. Yeah, hit their queen. They might push, in which case we take. Whoa! Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, man. Well, let's take a look at where things went wrong. So book moves, ruy-lopez, castles, knight out to f6, d4 is a book move, d7 is good. Yep, we make a trade. Trading. Yep, knight back is the only correct move. It's good. We pin the knight to the king. That's best. Bishop back to c6. Boy, this was a quick game. 18 moves. Knight to c3. Queen out to e7. They've made a mistake and their queen is now lost. Oh man, so we almost had it. Okay, whoa, slow down. This is a this is a 10 move sequence. Okay, so oops. Come on, show me what I missed. Made a mistake and their queen is now lost. Okay. So queen to e7, knight takes, bishop takes. Yep. Pawn up, which I think I identified a little bit too late. f5, f takes. Queen h5, check. e6. Queen to a5. Long castles. Queen takes a7. We sacrifice a knight. Or we lose the knight back. Queen to a8, check. Oh my gosh. King to d7. Another check. Pawn comes out. Baffling. Okay. Okay. So I didn't see this 9-move sequence that resulted in trading a rook for a queen. I'm not going to beat myself up over that. I had the right idea. Just the execution wasn't quite there. 5. Yeah, I think I identified after the fact that f3 would have been really good, but I just too little, too late. And of course, queen to h4 blunders our queen. Yep. And then it falls apart pretty quickly from there. The bishop with the fork. Yep. And then force mate very, very quickly. All right. Tough start to the day, but these things happen. I'm not going to beat myself up over missing a 9-move queen winning sequence, but maybe I will a little bit over blundering my queen wholesale. This happened to me in a recent game. I was able to pick up my opponent's queen for free, and now the same thing has happened to me. It's the way it goes. We'll get up next time. All right. Have a good one, everyone.